I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Rama Lama Ding Dong. To every conspiracy nutball, bass-ackward fool, to you deep state-believing psychopaths who, after 7+ years of failures, flubs, fuck-ups, and foibles from this fat fool who is obviously on pharmaceuticals, Adderall, my friends, is a very, very dark mistress. I want to say to all of you that we here at the Armageddon Update were right. Bing. For 7 years. Bing, for bing, 7 years, bing. We called out this life-sucking snake, this soulless stain of sadness. Bing, bing. We said he was going to impose martial law, and he tried. Bing, bing, bing. We said he was all over Putin's crotch. Bing, he bing. Was. We said he was a racist. He is. Bing. We said he was lazy. Bing. He got 300 days and spent Bing. Our tax dollars doing it. Bing. We said his wall was stupid and wouldn't work. Bing. It was. And it didn't. Bing, bing. We said he wouldn't do anything about healthcare. He didn't. Bing, bing. He failed so bad on infrastructure, bing, bing. He never even presented a bill. Bong, bong. It's coming, we hear, next week.
Rebuild the country's infrastructure. Nobody can do that like me. Believe me.
My infrastructure plans will rebuild your roads, your bridges, your tunnels, your railways.
And then I want to rebuild the infrastructure of this country. We need members of both parties to join hands and work with us to pass a $1 trillion infrastructure plan. And I'm going to have a big statement tomorrow night. And the other thing they're going to start working on very shortly is an infrastructure bill. We're working on infrastructure where we could get that done very quickly. But we're ready to go with a big infrastructure bill and completely rebuild our... Bing, bang, bang, boom.
The only piece of legislation that passed during this moron's time in office was a tax cut for millionaires and billionaires. He ran up the debt $7 trillion. He shat the bed on the pandemic so bad that 1 million Americans died. We were stacking bodies in refrigerated trucks while he told you dumb people it was a hoax. He denied COVID existed. He lost 6 million jobs. There was no food in stores, and we were locked in our homes for a year. He was impeached twice. And the only thing that was a hoax was his presidency. He lost the election in 2020 by 8 million votes and went to court 60+ times. They found no election fraud. There were numerous recounts, including the cyber ninjas paid for by a Trump PAC. And even they, after 3 months, found out there was no voter fraud at all, except for a bunch of Republicans who voted for their dead relatives. We told you he's a sexual predator. He is. His best friend was this guy who did time for, quote, procuring a minor for prostitution. Trump was convicted in civil court of raping this woman. We said he was an idiot, a moron.
Person, woman, man, camera. TV.
He thinks that proves that he's smart. That's how dumb he is. But we can handle dumb in America. I'll take dumb and honest over brain-dead criminal any day. We said he was a criminal. He is. He's charged with 91 felonies in 4 different jurisdictions. He's guilty on tax fraud, guilty on sexual assault, and now, when it comes to charges of stealing top secret documents and committing treason against the United States of America, we said he did it. You know why we said he did it? Because we heard the phone call. We saw the pictures of the raid on his bed bug-ridden hole in Florida.
Bing, 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 bing.
When it comes to treason, he did it. And now, as of this week, numerous people who helped him do it have pleaded guilty and are testifying against him. He did it all of it. And you who still believe had Trump been a Democrat, you guys would have hung him from the Capitol dome. You not only support him, but send him money. He grifted you for millions, and he has lost repeatedly. And Trump has bent for years that he could crime, lie, rape, pillage with absolute zero consequence. And it looks like maybe this time he was wrong. The only thing he is still dead right about was that the people that support him are so much dumber than he is.
Never surrender to the tyranny.
Tyranny.
What is Trump doing here on this shirt?
This is his mugshot.
Gotcha. So that was taken when he surrendered to authorities to have his picture taken.
Huh?
And that's saying something. I'm Christopher Titus, and this is the Armageddon Update. God, man, what's it going to take for these people to go, oh, right, we're in a cult. We believe some moron who lied to us for 7 years. 32,000 lies in 4 years? What is going on? Hey, everybody. Christopher Titus. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. What's going on? Hey, with me as always, the lovely bombshell Ray.
What's up, people?
And the Highlander.
There could be only one.
So I finally reached my limit.
Can I say something really quick?
Yes.
Donald Trump was not convicted of rape. Very important to get
What?
our facts straight.
Oh,
yes.
right.
What?
He was convicted of sexual assault. There wasn't enough evidence for rape.
That's really
Tomato, rapey tomato. I don't
you're
know.
really
Is that
splitting
really-
the pubic
that
hairs
really-
there.
Well, you know that a bunch of Dennises and Denises are going to be posting under...
By the way, excuse me, it was a civil case. He was not convicted of rape, which is criminal. He was convicted of sexual assault, which can also be dealt with by some sort of fine. So that's... So I love that. I love the gray area. Okay, so Donald Trump was not convicted of rape. He was convicted of sexual assault. I love the shades of, like, one's criminal and one is civil, and it's going to cost him. It was double now, right?
I just think it's so important to get facts
agree,
straight.
I
He
agree.
gives you enough. You don't have to add more.
Bill Cosby was convicted of
Right.
lazy eye and what?
and not being able to hold a pill. I didn't mean to drop it in her drink.
Exactly.
It just fell.
Oh,
Yeah, blurp. Oh, bummer. Don't drink. Go
that
ahead.
guy was a real bummer. What a real bummer.
Seriously.
Yeah, you know, Donald Trump, we knew
Yeah.
Donald Trump was a scumbag forever.
Yeah.
Like forever, going back
Yeah.
literally before you were
Yeah.
born. And now we look at him and we're like, of course, this is the guy.
Yes.
That's what my Armageddon Update was about. These people keep backing him up. And can we say Jordan Klepper is an American
Yes.
treasure? Jordan Klepper is by far the funniest, most insightful way to deal with people. Well, we were watching the videos recently, and Klepper was interviewing people at a Trump rally, and it's interesting how dumb these people really are.
Yeah.
There's no people. Well, all the people that had any intelligence are in jail now because of January 6th. But the ones that are left, one guy goes, he's wearing a thing. It's Trump's mugshot, and it says
This is great.
it says never surrender. And Jordan Klepper goes, didn't he surrender to take that picture at
Isn't
the
that
jail?
a picture of him surrendering?
And the guy goes, by the way, crazy.
Yeah.
Long pause. Huh? Literally what the guy says.
You can literally see like gears stopping.
Another guy goes, he goes, Trump made America great again. He goes, okay, how do you do that? And he goes,
Yeah.
he sent me a check. So you mean during COVID that he said didn't exist?
Mhm.
Yep. That's how he made America great. I'm
So did
My
Sleepy Joe.
favorite, my favorite was the guy that said he has veterans for Trump, and clearly he was sorry, I'm the
Go for
daughter
it.
of
Go
an
for it.
officer, but he was a 4-year enlistee, most likely got out early on a
Right.
discharge, and not an officer is what I'm saying. And he
That's the nicest way to say what this
not
guy
that
was.
any military service, don't at me. I'm just saying.
No, our niece is not an officer. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, my
She's great.
niece
She's
is
awesome.
enlisted.
She's smart.
It's just
Enlisted are
that
awesome.
it makes you a little snooty about things
But
like that.
not even that. It's
when
like
you're raised by
sometimes you see people that, like, our niece could be an officer. You can
Oh, God,
see her
yeah.
getting and so could her husband. Then you see other guys who are like, bro,
This guy. That's
you're
why I said.
never going to be.
That's
an
why I
officer.
said he was obvious. He's discharged and most likely dishonorably. He has that vibe.
Right.
And he said, that he supports Trump, veterans for Trump. Jordan was like, oh, yeah, okay, veterans. And he goes, well, what do you think? He just said that General Milley should be hanged. And he goes, well, he should. And he goes off about him. And he goes, you can't trust generals. And
And then he goes, okay, I got
so
it.
you know how we just sent several fleets of ships,
Two
aircraft
carrier
carriers
groups.
over on the, to the
So
Israel
Biden's handling it.
conflict. So Biden's handling it. Well, no.
That's
And he
the
goes, well,
generals.
then who's handling it? And he goes, the generals. That's not Biden. That's the generals doing that. And he goes, so you trust those generals? And again, that kind of blank look,
It's
like,
just-
well,
But he's
yeah.
Jordan Klepper's brilliant. He's just brilliant, and I think he should be hosting the Daily Show.
I don't know why he's not. Have they picked a host yet?
I heard that there was a diversity thing they were talking about
Oh.
because Hasan Minhaj, I guess, is out because because he said he didn't all the stories he told.
He would have been great.
Except you couldn't trust him now because
Well,
he's
before
even his
that
comedy.
came out, yeah.
He made up his comedy,
But I mean, as a host, he would have been
I
great.
loved Hasan Minhaj. I thought his comedy was awesome.
Still love him. I
so
still
then-
think those specials are brilliant pieces of fiction.
Well said.
Except
well
for
said, Rachel.
the girl that he talked about that like turned him down for prom or whatever. He was specific enough about her in this made up story that she got like hate mail and death threats. So that maybe wasn't the best thing because he kind of framed it as a racist
Interesting.
decision.
He
Maybe
called
not.
it a comedic Arnold Palmer. That's literally what he said. He said it was a comedic Arnold Palmer, that half of it was true and half of it wasn't.
That's awesome. Gotta give it to him.
Such a bizarre reference for a Pakistani dude.
Look, I like.
A white golfer. A
It
drink
is.
named after a white golfer. I'm not sure, Hasan.
I
And by the way,
find
Hasan, you ever want to come on? You want to Zoom us with us? We'd love to talk to you about it. I'd love to. As
brilliant
much as
performer.
as
man.
much as I'm a fan of your comedy, I would love to talk to you about that. Please, let's Zoom call. We've talked on Instagram. Let's talk. I'd love to have you talk about it.
that first special, man, that was inspiring. For me.
It
That
was so good.
crazy.
Yeah. So tell me what happened today with Trump.
Human
Trump got
beings,
fined
I
again.
just want to say this really quickly. Human beings that say things like that, I'm fascinated by human beings, and things that make some people angry, I'm very amused by. Not always, as you well
True,
know.
that's true.
But so I bought my mom's property in Beaufort, North Carolina with my sister. My sister and I bought it together. And it's waterfront property. So we had a seawall put in this year. The house is a tear down. It's a total wreck. So the
It's also
guy
made out of brick. It's not.
yeah, but it's a beautiful piece of property on the water. So the guy that put in the seawall is very Southern, has lived there in North Carolina his whole life. And so he had told me he had a guy that would tear down the house for a good price. So I texted him the other day, 'cause somebody turned us in. The guy that we wouldn't sell the property to, the developer, we believe has turned us into the city. I forgot to tell you that. So many things going on lately. So,
That's very Southern too. That's very Buford Pusser, small town. Well, you're gonna sell me that property. Guess what?
Yeah.
It's gonna cost you.
understanding
Build
that my
that
mom
wall.
bought this property in 2012?
Yeah, it's about Build a
But
house.
after we turn down this developer, within 2 weeks, this happens. The city planner or city lady writes me an email. So I reach out to this guy that put in the seawall and I text him and I say, hey, do you still have the contact for that guy that you said could do the teardown? And he sent back 2 days later, yes, period.
Yeah, at least it
So
didn't say
I'm-
yep.
Holding my phone, like waiting for the 3 dots while he's getting the nothing. So 5 days goes by and I send my sister that screenshot. I'm laughing so hard. So yesterday or the day before, I text him again and go, could I have that?
Mm-hmm.
And he sends back, yes.
Oh my God. Oh God. Help me,
And
please.
stops there?
Please help.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
No.
Wow.
So now
Oh.
I'm just enjoying it.
Yeah, but this sounds like a practical joke at one point.
Man.
Look at the pain on
It
Highlander's
hurts.
face.
It hurts.
He's
It
like,
hurts.
what?
I need to be more specific, I've learned. Now, please text me the phone number and name of the person. I need to be more specific is
Yeah.
what I've learned from this, but I'm really enjoying it. So I'm letting it ride for a couple more days, but my sister's head's going to pop
Well,
off.
you're right. This is the Trump base. It's that. These people
Probably.
that just
I don't
there's
know.
nothing
Although he was
behind
very
the eyes.
literal.
He's very nice. I just think sometimes people are just like, they need to be. Ask me what you want.
City, bunch
Tell
of
me what
city
you want.
slickers.
I'm not gonna make some weird. I ain't gonna make some weird judgment on what you want. What am I gonna just send you my number? I seen my
Yeah,
birthday
he's very
too. What do you need?
nice. I
He's a
just
very nice guy.
think-
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think some people are very practically
But
literal.
my sister's getting really mad, and I just think it's hilarious. I've been laughing about that. Anyway, so Trump showed up to his civil fraud trial with the Letitia
His
James
civil?
civil
His
fraud
civil.
trial. Civil fraud trial. And he started showing up again because Michael Cohen is testifying. And I guess he wants to,
Mean mug him. Mhm.
And he has been like rolling his eyes and doing this yesterday when
He got fined for talking. Someone was testifying. He got fined for he's like, blah, 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 and like while somebody
Full
was
volume?
testifying.
it was Michael Cohen testifying
Oh,
when
was
he
it?
just went like that because he's saying Trump would tell him to inflate the assets and then deflate. So that judge, Ingeron, I don't know. Everybody says it differently. He's the one that's already fined him $5,000 and told him he put a gag order on him, but a very limited gag order. You can't talk about my staff and specifically my law clerk, because he went on Truth Social.
Death threats. They're getting death threats.
Said the law clerk is extremely partisan, gave his false reasons why, somebody's related to somebody that gave money or went to a donor.
Because law clerks have
It's
a lot
always
of
something.
insight and a lot of input onto cases.
Do you know what makes me crazy about it? It's like, because he's done it everywhere and all those MAGA people jump on it. He did it with Alvin Bragg as well. I believe it was Alvin Bragg's wife that donated to Biden's campaign. It carries the assumption of stupidity about people. And I find it most often about women, wives, clerks, mothers, whatever, of these male people that are prosecuting him, that we could not, you and I being married, could not do our jobs, whatever we had been doing for 25 years or 30 years or whatever, without being politically swayed by one another or by outside people. That I'm not smart enough to do my job with the job I swore an oath to do without letting your political opinions affect me, or I'm
God,
so
sounds
dumb.
like heaven, though. Doesn't that sound like heaven? That she disagrees. That would be okay. Have you met Rachel? Jesus.
It's almost the other way around.
Yeah, in a way. Sometimes she'll have insight. I'm like, oh yeah, duh.
Yeah, exactly.
So
You'll just go, yes, period.
Yep.
Yep.
So I need to go see if he put yep. So he goes outside today on a break and does it again about the law clerk.
He did it.
And did it on True Social. He truthed that today that the highly partisan judge, the judge didn't put himself under the gag order because he said he can handle it. He's used to it. He said, but you will not intimidate, threaten, or harass my staff. And then said the highly partisan judge and the even more highly partisan person sitting right next to him.
That's how he snuck around it.
Yes.
He's a genius. I didn't say it. I said the person sitting next to him. There's a lot of people next to
So-
you. If you go far enough, everybody in the world is sitting next to you.
They said at 3:40 today, Michael Cohen finished testifying and the judge ordered all the public to leave the room. Even Letitia James left. Her lawyers were present and Trump's lawyers and Trump were present. And then they said the next thing they heard, court was over for the day, and court doesn't usually adjourn until 4:30. They said they're still not sure everything that happened inside that room, but one thing they do know is that the judge ordered Trump to come sit his fat ass on the dais and testify to him about what he truthed. Trump then tells the judge, I meant Michael Cohen. That's who I was talking about. He lets him ramble and then says, I don't find you credible. You're a liar, and fines him $10,000. Because there's no jury, it's a judge because his attorneys forgot to check a box.
He is, of course we know, he is evil and stupid.
He
Again,
said
that
the
is a
judge
weird
told him,
combo.
he said, I will not have someone murdered because of this trial.
Again, what the Armageddon update about was today, and I apologize, it wasn't as our usual. I'm sure, I know Highlander may added some funny to it, but I will be honest with you. We have now had 4 people that were his right-hand people that were in the White House on January 4th, 5th, and 6th that were helping him plan to overthrow the government of the United States.
Yes.
And these motherfuckers
We're almost Speaker of the fucking House. They're still fucking...
No, they just hired a guy. One of the guys that was a big proponent of turning over the electorate on January 6th just got elected.
He was
Speaker of
actually the
House.
architect
Yeah.
of
He just got elected to
the
Speaker of the House.
argument. He represented Trump
Yeah.
and drew up this argument about bringing forth new electors and not listening to the electors from the state. Yes, this is that guy. Louisiana.
Let me finish what I was going to say. I'm so mad that after all these people, we've now Jenna Ellis, Sidney Powell, Chesebro, Mark Meadows have all flipped. They've all testified. They've into a grand jury against him. Yeah. They're going to testify in court during the trial. Trump here. That's Mark Meadows.
Yeah.
Trump, Sidney Powell. Trump, you know he's in trouble because the second Sidney Powell flip, he goes, "She wasn't my lawyer." Yeah, bro, you were going to make her special counsel.
Yeah.
So after all this, we've now been through 60 court cases where there was no election fraud proven. We've been through repeated people saying Bill Barr, other people saying we told him that he lost. Yeah. He admitted he lost. He knew he lost. We've had Cassidy Hutchinson, who was in the White House. Now we've got 4 people that were going to jail. And here's how much evidence they have on Trump. And Ray pointed this out. They got no jail time, which means whatever their deal was so explosive. Whatever they knew was so explosive that the prosecutor was like, you know what? Wow. Well, okay. So
they tried to overthrow a free and fair election, and they're not doing any jail time.
And then we go back to these people who still say deep state, hoax, a lie, a witch hunt. It's like it's a lot
of witches.
You don't. Caught. Well, I was trying to figure out today. I was on the way over. I was thinking someone was talking about what Trump. They're talking about why is Trump doing this? Why he's look. We know he's dumb. He's not this dumb. Where a judge tells him to don't say a damn thing and he keeps doing it. And someone said it's a plan. They said I think it's his plan because what he's doing. No, they were anti. They were like he wants to get the base so riled up that he thinks they're going to do something. I don't know what that he think it is because the military. I don't understand. I don't. He's the dumbest guy in the world.
Well, that tracks with his thinking that his people, right? He just has like his little army. Right. That he's not the great unifier, right? He's got his people. He only gives a shit about himself and the people and his people that are loyal to him. Right. And that's his little tribe. Yep. And if he's going to use them, he's weaponizing his base, his fans. Yeah. They're his fans. Yeah. Like a fucking like a religion.
Exactly.
So
not only are these people so dumb that they believe him, they send him money. These aren't people that have the money to give him. No. And they send him money. It's
thing like today, he's so stupid. Michael Cohen isn't. Yeah.
He's a weasel.
So he backtracked on his testimony today. There's been a whole thing about. Yeah, so today the takeaway should have been that he wasn't credible whatsoever. That should have been the story of the day, but instead Trump has to go get on Truth Social and violate a gag order.
Really? So the guy who grifted for Trump for a decade, and then the second he got out of jail, grifted a new grift. That guy's not credible?
I'm confused about, so he says that he had to lie in his congressional testimony and in his plea deal because they gave him 48 hours to take it or leave it. And he did it to protect his family, but it wasn't all true. He didn't really do all that. Then on cross today, Alina Habba, who's one of Trump's attorneys, pressed him about his testimony when he said he did not recall Trump ever telling him to change documents, right? So he said, I was lying in that testimony to Congress. So he's now saying, I perjured myself, right? I was lying. He really did direct me to change financial documents. Then Cliff Robert, another Trump attorney, pressed him further after lunch on his congressional testimony. This time he said he wasn't lying. And so Robert said, so Mr. Trump never asked you to inflate the numbers on his financial statement. And Cohen said, correct. What?
This guy's a piece of shit. I've been saying this for years. They keep putting him on MSNBC. They keep putting him on CNN. And I go, how long have I been saying this guy's a piece of shit? He's still a piece of shit. He's always been a piece of shit. You know what he has? He just found a new grift. He sold 2 books. Well, he made millions of dollars and he sold 2 books. And I do believe that at the time he testified to Congress, Trump was still president. I totally understand knowing him that you're going to be like, I'm going to say whatever.
Something else that you have said all along as well, Michael Cohen said, well, he doesn't ever specifically tell you to do something.
Right.
he implies
Mob language.
Yes, mob language. It would be a shame if this were to happen, Well, he never said...
It'd be so weird if someone actually said that instead of my apartment having 10,000 square feet, it had 30,000 square feet.
I wonder
if that
how that
happened,
would help me.
that would probably save us money. If only somebody could do that. But who could do that? I don't know.
So
Can I have
then-
a drink, please?
Exactly. So then in a hamburger, Trump asked to dismiss the case because Michael Cohen is the center key witness in this case. But the judge said absolutely denied. This case has evidence all over the place. There's enough evidence in this case to fill this courtroom.
I like this judge.
I do too. But I'm sure, they're going to.
So Michael Cohen, so all you newscasters, everybody who's had this turd on, who this grifty, half-assed mobster turd who worked for Trump and did all the horror that he basically went to jail for. He did it all. That he flipped his whole thing and became this now truth. I'm presenting to Mr. Trump. I'm just presenting truth here. Yeah. Then you get on the stand and you contradict yourself to two different attorneys. What the fuck, man?
I feel like if you're going to align,
when did we become this?
Well, it's probably been bubbling for a while, but and you've said this too, when Obama became president, that was the tipping point. They could not have a black president in office, and
especially that competent.
That was just getting shit
Was
done,
the
and it was
black president. And something I always hear about too was the day the White House was lit up in pride colors. Pride flag. It was like everybody's head just exploded. That and having a black president. I mean, I was on an email chain, like a bunch of military buddies and like a bunch of people like that my dad forwarded. And it was I even hate saying this out loud. I got a couple of them, a bunch of old Marine pilots and stuff. And it was, I found where Obama was born, and it was a black baby in a KFC bucket. So I hit reply all to a bunch of old military people I've never met.
This was that weird thread you got.
I was so pissed and just went off to everyone how they should be ashamed. And I mentioned my best friend Mahogany, who is probably,
White House twice.
more intelligent and more accomplished than most people that they even come in contact with, and told them all they should be ashamed. And I never was on that email chain again. And I think my dad was like, no, I don't think I was supposed to get it.
It probably continued just with you not on it.
Probably, but I've said that, it's not funny.
Yeah.
I know, we're just joking. Yeah, it's not funny.
No,
but
it's old school racism. It's bullshit.
Do you remember that one? The other one was the picture of the beast, but they had put gold spinning rims on it and jacked it up on 24s.
Obama's getting a new presidential limousine, and it was metal flake green with 14-inch Daytons on it. And it was like
whatever it was.
And at one point you just go, hacky as shit. That shit wasn't even funny in the 70s.
Yeah.
Republicans aren't very funny.
They are not funny, man. They're not funny. They go, it's all insult, all dark. But what I don't quite get is how you still, if you say you're for America, if you say you believe in the Constitution, if you say that you're a patriot, how the fuck can you continue to back this guy?
Okay, that's what stopped me. And I was just like, my head, I couldn't even fucking see straight. Is that exactly that? How can you say that he is for the best thing for America, right? Make America great. He's all for the American people. He's our guy. But yet he only cares about his fucking idiot tribe. He doesn't want to deal with the actual,
doesn't care about anybody.
All of America
doesn't agree with him. No, minorities hates him
because right now he's fucking running the fucking court system into the ground. He's having all this taxpayer money go to all this fucking horseshit that he's been all these court cases.
But still,
fucking election
not as much money as he spent on golf. Not as much tax money as they spent on golf.
Yeah.
So at least that.
God damn, it makes you so. It's how angering is this?
So we know the guys are coming. We've known it. That doesn't make me as mad as the people that continue to support him. I go, listen, because like this guy Menendez needs to go. This Democrat fucking needs to go. I cannot believe that they haven't taken this guy out. They took out Al Franken. over a fake picture.
Who was a comedian.
Yeah. Menendez is still in there.
But
what does he know, though?
Also, we've learned from them, I think, because in those days, Democrats like Al Franken would step down. It's shameful. I don't want to cause any disruption in legislation.
Right.
And so I'm just going to step down.
Yeah.
Well, then Republicans did
no
all
matter
that.
What they do.
And so I think Menendez has very much learned from them. He's a sleazebag. He should step down. He did step down off of the committee.
You could Republicans could catch one of their head members with the fingerprints on a knife that's plunged into the chest of a baby. And they go, until the court case settles, I am not. We found your fingerprints. We have a picture of you doing it. There's a ring camera of you killing the baby. Nope, it wasn't me. You looked into the camera and flipped it off. Wasn't me.
Hoax.
So you're standing in the corner. Wasn't me. The new Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson from Louisiana, once wrote in support of the criminalization of gay sex.
For fuck's sake.
He authored a bill for a 20-week abortion ban and is in support of a complete ban.
He's one of
complete abortion.
MAGA.
The only way you're going to get all the Republicans to vote, as the Crazy Eight, the Crazy Eight has to vote. You had to get a guy so conservative, but he's so conservative, but he sounds real normal. His little speech today, very nice. Got to work together. Hakeem Jeffries, I reach across the aisle. We have to work together. And
together. Yet he was for January 6th. He was for 100%.
He actually,
the election was
as
a fraud.
Ray said, he was the architect of the whole idea.
Fucking
where do they come from? The architect of that.
Do you know what I can't wait for? I can't wait for the time that either we end up in this, we can't do the podcast anymore because it's a zombie apocalypse and all the nukes have dropped.
Yeah.
Or we get rid of these assholes, Menendez included, and people start getting back to the business. But you know why we never will, and here's why. And why? Okay, so if the base, let's say the crazy base that Trump supports is, let's say at most it's 20% crazy. They're loud as shit. They sound like more. Why does everybody keep bowing to them? It's not because of Trump. It's because of money. So when Citizens United happened and anybody can give any amount they want now, all you have to do is you make the dumb people give you money. Marjorie Taylor Greene was raising $3 million a week at one point by being an asshole. They were paying her she was raising that kind of money. So then you got corporations that actually want their stuff passed. That even if it's against the American public's interest, because the American public I can't write a check for $1 million, but Pfizer and Merck can, but General Motors, whoever wants something passed can. So now that it's legal to pay them anything, they're not backing Trump up. They're backing up money. That's all they're backing up. It's all fucking about money. And if you think it's anything different, it's not. And because the money's so big now, it's not going to stop. We're going to keep getting grifters in like Santos, like Green, like Boebert, like Gates, because the money, you get paid to be an asshole.
Gates is kind of getting his ass handed to him right now.
Well, he made them look okay. Well, Gates thought he was being a tough guy. He made the Republican Party look like crazy foolish. He made them look like they have no fucking idea what's going on. He made them look like a cartoon. But I think he's going to be fine now. You watch. Gates is one of those guys. He's one of those weasels because you have to be shameless to be Matt Gates. And to be shameless to be Matt Gates, you're just going to keep coming. No one's going to give a shit. And the base is shameless. They don't give a shit.
I think they've made such fools of themselves that I would hope that all of this, the speakership, all of it, the MAGA people, that this would make people tired, I would hope. And the next election next year, people would vote differently just because they're tired of it.
Let's get back to business. Let's get back to fixing shit. And when we go CHIPS Act, infrastructure.
And they're blaming Democrats.
250. Yeah, they had the balls to go, 220 or 218 Democrats, 208 Democrats, and with 8 Republicans voted. It's Democrats' fault.
Motherfucker, you guys want to shut down the government.
You fucking had a guy. You had a guy. One of your guys got rid of him.
We didn't propose that.
We didn't know.
And also, I'm so sure if that had happened to Pelosi, that all Republicans would have voted to keep her in. And
they would have helped because they're always so good helping Democrats.
And every vote from the beginning of all of this stuff, Kevin McCarthy's 14, 15 votes. And now this 23 days of nightmare, Democrats have been unified and unanimous in their vote every time. It's been Republicans' votes that are all over the place.
Yeah, they're on their fucking fourth, fifth guy who, Michael Myers, come on up. Nope, Freddy Krueger, come on up.
If you're stressed out and you need some help with that stress, you need to check out our sponsor today, Next Evo Naturals. Which I am out of, and I need to get more of.
Treep. Oh, so good for Treep. Treep.
It is very good for me personally. The Next Evo Sleep Support Complex, I think it's called. I like that they have all different methods of delivery, right?
But I like that I sleep deeper.
Powder, gummies, capsules, different things. So we should probably tell you that this is a CBD product, or all different types of products. For me, like when I'm feeling anxious, which is usually why I can't sleep.
I thought you were going to say it's usually always.
It's a better absorbing product than most other products on the market. It's also fast acting.
Also clinically tested for strength. It's not just random.
They, after being clinically tested in a lab, contain 100% of the CBD that's listed on the label. Isn't that nice? And don't have the weird hempy aftertaste that some stuff have. I love these gummies. I have to monitor myself.
They're on the ragged edge of dessert.
They're so good. They're so good. They work fast. The gummies do, with absorption that starts within just 10 minutes. And so I think that's so important. Number one, hey guys, we have been clinically tested and we are what we say we are, which kind of scares me about other products that I've had in the past.
Agreed.
So it's also, Next Evo Naturals products are clinically proven to help your body absorb the CBD 4 times better than regular CBD oils. I love the Next Evo Sleep Support Complex. That has melatonin with the CBD, so it helps you fall asleep. They also have a stress CBD complex that has ashwagandha combined with premium CBD to get rid of stress and help you feel more calm. What do you use CBD for? Because you use it.
I will sometimes. Well, depends. If I sometimes I'll come home from work and I just 2 of them and I sit on the couch and I just this happens in about 40 minutes. Just that.
It's like you don't even notice unless you check in, and then you're like,
"That's what
right,
I always notice." I'm like, "Oh right, why do I feel so?" Right.
I would also highly recommend, if you haven't tried this product yet, go ahead and order it now, because Thanksgiving is coming up. Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. Bam, 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 bam. Family all up in your face.
You can stare into the face of your uncle who you can't stand like this.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. All right. That's good. Uncle, good seeing you.
Yeah.
I'm going to go.
COVID wasn't real. Yeah. Go ahead.
Don't really care about your bullshit this year. Get more Z's and more Zen in your life. Upgrade to better natural solutions from Next Evo Naturals. Go to nextevo.com. Use promo code Titus to get 25% off. That's 25% off at nextevo.com, promo code Titus. You could also wrap this up and give it to Uncle Larry as a gift.
There you go.
Uncle Larry, you got to try these gummies.
Yeah.
These are very good.
You know that thing you
my
get to
stress level.
You get bring it down to her.
Throttle down.
Yeah. I want to address something. So there's been some people that are like, you're so political. I don't understand what we're supposed to do with our country as fucked up as it is
Who
right
said?
now.
You mean everyone?
Some people. I mean, I just because Menendez, we did a whole Armageddon update over when a Democrat steps out, we're like, this fucker needs to go. We're the first people to do it.
We also said repeatedly Dianne Feinstein should have retired.
And she did.
We have said it about Pelosi.
Jesus said she needed to retire and took care of it.
Night. We've said it about Pelosi. We've said it. I'm extremely disturbed by the fact that Pelosi refused to bring to a vote the blocking members of Congress from buying stocks when they have inside information.
Yep.
It's like, Martha Stewart is banging her head off of a beautifully polished granite countertop.
But then again, that matches the drapes. Again, this comes down to money.
Yeah.
It's fucking about money. It's not about Trump. It's about money. Trump, though, is great for them to point and go, we're not that fucking guy. But they still back him because he's great to blame it on. They don't do that either, though,
He's also helping to get them to stay in power, right? Because again, because of the base that he has, he can corral the fucking army of dumb and get them on board, and then they can maintain power to keep the money flowing.
Yep.
If they stay in power, the money keeps coming.
Yep. And the problem with it is that needs to stop. But you're never going to get a bunch of people who get the money to vote against them getting the money.
Right.
You're never going to get the House or the Senate to vote. Yeah, we shouldn't be getting free money.
Yeah. But at least the Democrats get some things done while getting the money. They get the money, but they give a little. There's some things that happen.
But you know what's really funny to me is like, and I've noticed this. So what's been going on? It's amazing how the media, as I get older, and I've seen it over the years, I start to think, why did this blow up in the media and this didn't? Why did everyone go after this, but they didn't go after this? So right now, there's this big thing about Gaza. They're saying that the humanitarian aid needs to happen in Gaza. We need to get in to help these people in Gaza, and we can't kill innocent civilians. And yet, when we went into Iraq, we killed about 100,000 plus Iraqis in that war. And no one said shit about innocent Iraqis till after. But now, for some reason, we're all over that. Israel lost 1,400 people in one day in the Hamas attack.
The Queen of Jordan has just come out and called us hypocrites. Glaring double standards, she calls it, because we condemn the deaths of those under the Israeli bombardment, but now we're not condemning
the Iraqis that we killed.
What she was saying, but then now they're killing people in Gaza and we're silent.
We're not condemning that.
Yeah, she's saying.
I'm saying they're not silent.
But I
about
guess
it.
also
the news is not silent. The news is talking all day long about Gaza and the innocent Gazans, Gazans. But what about? But
that's
then again,
because you watch more left news, though.
Well, but it's annoying. It's like so. Here's my stand on this. Israel, there was nothing going on in Gaza. And I know there's a history, and I get it. At one point, we have to get rid of the history and live in the present. These motherfuckers keep living in the past. They're living in the past, all the shit that's gone wrong between Israel and Palestine. I get it. I get it's long. It doesn't mean it's right. When do we start, and you guys start acting like it's 2023? Well, when Hamas attacked Israel, they killed 1,400 people in one day. And teenagers dancing. It wasn't like they went after the military. And my attitude is this. So when 9/11 happened, we got real serious, real fucking fast. Yeah. And we were so bad, we went after countries that didn't do it.
Yeah, and we knew they didn't do it. Like, fuck you. You're over there. You're nearby.
You're exactly.
Well, and our
you
president,
can see it from there.
Yeah, you didn't fucking stop it.
President had oil ties too, so that
But that's what I'm saying.
They are estimating that more than 5,000 have been killed in Gaza, including more than 2,000 children and 35 UN workers. I saw on one of the news channels yesterday, they're saying even with the blockade of supplies, water, things like that, that all these little premature babies in the neonatal unit are going to die. And of course they show the baby. So I'm just like, it's like there's no good solution and
except for this.
But again, I think people have to be very careful about whose fault it is because Israel was going about their business while their leader tried to completely disrupt the Supreme Court so that he gets out of criminal charges, like we are. Yeah. And same. Jinx.
I bet if we had the same social media, internet presence back during the 9/11 days, it would have been different. It would have been Iraqi civilians. It would have been that.
I'm looking at real babies, tiny little feet, who are going to die and feeling like
what the fuck?
But here's the thing. But here's where everybody gets it twisted. And I agree with you on that. No baby should be dying. Period. But here's where everybody gets it twisted. Hamas is a terrorist organization. They've embedded themselves among the Palestinian population. Mm-hmm. They are. What's happening is Gazans are dying not because Israeli is targeting the innocents. Israelis not going, we're going to kill innocent people. They're like, we're getting Hamas. Well, Hamas is like you guys are Gaza and me standing between you guys going, you're trying to kill me. You guys are going to be collateral. And but Hamas knows that. So what Hamas does is they have propaganda arm that goes, look what Israel's doing. Well, motherfuckers, why don't you guys go fight Israel? If you really want to take Israel, go do it. Instead of being pussies like you're being. Just cowards. You hide amongst the innocent people.
Which is why there should be fucking every SEAL Team 6. Every Israeli Mossad agents, there needs to be a ground game. They need to go in surgical.
This was announced too.
There can't be airstrikes that are just like, badoosh.
This was announced, I think, on Sunday. Israel is forming a special forces team.
Yes.
Now?
That is, no, let me finish. Specifically, they already have that.
Yes.
Specifically to go after every member of Hamas. Do you remember after the Olympics, when the Munich Olympics?
Uh-huh.
So Israel formed a team, and over the next 3 years, every single terrorist that was involved in that disappeared.
Yes.
So, and Hamas is doing weird things, like they're letting people go now. At one point I told Ray, I think Hamas realizes that they're not playing this time. There's two U.S. carrier groups off the coast now. We are, and we're just trying to keep, I guess, Lebanon and Iraq at bay. If this goes any further, we're in deep shit, man. I mean, we're already got, and Zelensky's like put his hand up, like, hey guys, this is still,
we still got this one going, right?
Whoa, yeah.
You gotta watch. So this past week, 60 Minutes did this great special, and one of the families in one of the first kibbutz that Hamas attacked, the guy's name is Amir, 2 little girls and a wife. His father is a retired major general. His father's name is Noam Tibon.
Oh, this was great. We watched this.
Turns out he was the senior commander of the Israeli paratroopers, led forces into the West Bank and at the border with Lebanon. This dude's a badass. Calls his father, and his father says, stay put, lock the doors, I'm on my way. He's a grandfather. He's retired.
Oh, shit.
Puts his wife in the Jeep, takes off.
It's Grandpa Grambo. Just jumped in the car.
Yes.
First comes across a couple of kids that escaped. They literally were running away from that concert bombing, takes them back to safety. Heads on, comes across Israeli soldiers who are hurt, shuttles them back because he had left his wife a little farther back and gone on his own with one gun, a pistol, takes them back, gives them to her so she can take them to the hospital. Keeps going into a kibbutz that is now occupied by Hamas, comes across one of his old retired general buddies, who's also a grandfather. These two go into the neighborhood, and he says, you have to start in one house and clear it. Otherwise, they will come behind you and attack you. So these old dudes,
Clear it.
dudes.
Mm-hmm.
He
You know what clear means.
he finally says, I killed Hamas people, whatever, soldiers. Goes house to house in his son's neighborhood and kills all of the people occupying it. Then finally gets to his son's house, and his son said he heard from the window, Amir, I am here.
Dad?
Hey.
Holy shit, Dad!
That's called FAFO.
Yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
But I mean,
if you're feeling stressed, this could also come out on your skin. This episode brought to you by OneSkin.
oh, I got my new stuff. I love it.
I do. I really love this. I love this product. I am now trying their body skin lotion stuff.
I knew it. If you say the word body, it's gonna
so ding or poop or fart.
No.
We always talk about health and wellness, and people don't think about their skin as being such a big part of that. But the skin is the largest organ on your body, and we absorb. So I know I waited for it. I know he missed it though.
You said body and absorb. I don't even know what that
largest
means.
Largest organ on your body was
absorb
what we were
organ.
Body organ.
So we absorb so much crap through our skin.
All those cleaners, everything. Yeah.
This is a revolutionary skincare company because it's these badass PhD women that went into a lab, I think for 5 years or something, and kept trying to find a peptide that would actually make a difference. And so instead of reacting to, you get a problem with your skin and the skincare reacts to it, they ended up finding OS1 peptide. And what it does is it actually targets senescent cells, which are dead cells. And I actually remembered all that because I researched this company before they ever advertised.
Yeah, it's not
this
company. It's a clinically produced lotion. It's not just a bunch of lotion. Here, put this lotion on. It's like, it's research.
They found in the lab that it can reduce the biological age of skin by several years because of this peptide OS1 that targets these dead cells. It's reduction in visible signs of aging, which we all need. Reverses skin's biological age by reducing the number of senescent cells by up to 50%.
Wow.
Then they did a third-party 12-week clinical study. It was clinically proven to strengthen the skin barrier, improve skin health markers, and diminish visible signs of aging, and wrinkles reduced in 87% of users in the testing.
All I know is I just look prettier.
What?
I look prettier.
He uses the eye. So he's been using the face cream.
Stuff, right.
And
Yesterday.
OS1 face. And I ordered OS1 body for me and him the OS1 eye. And yesterday I watch him and pulls out the eye cream, looks at it, I think reads it. There's only a few words on it.
The eye cream doesn't make you see better, just to be clear.
Pumps it in his hand and starts doing.
I did one hand. I went
Oh, my
squirt, squirt,
God.
and I like this, and she goes, "That's eye cream," and I went, "Oh."
You're the person that you have to put instructions on the shampoo bottle for.
Yes.
No. Can I? Okay, go ahead.
Sir.
Finish this. I'm going to bitch about shampoo bottles in a second.
So, OneSkin is the world's first skin longevity company. It addresses skin health at the molecular level, targeting root causes of aging so that your skin will behave, feel, and appear younger. It's time to get started with your new face, eye, and body routine at a discounted rate today. Get 15% off with the code Titus at oneskin.co. That's 15% off oneskin.co, promo code Titus. We only have one body, one skin, and only you can choose to make it better. Age healthy.
Can confirm it works.
Can confirm. It's awesome.
So we were staying in a hotel on the road because we're always doing it. And whoever the company is, so hotels have done this thing now where they have, instead of just, giving me a tiny bottle of shampoo, which you could always take with you, they've done this thing now where they bolted with some sort of rack.
What?
Like to the wall, there's three, it's like shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. And it's and there's bottles.
And the pump is attached to the wall?
Pump, there's a metal bracket that bolts, because we're staying in obviously the best hotels. But yeah, I'm talking even high-end hotels are doing this now. So there's 3 bottles, full-size bottles, bolted to the wall of the thing. So you're using whoever is there before you.
Yeah.
So
I do wonder, I never use that stuff, but when it's bolted, they can't empty it every time. They're now making you use bottles of stuff
that for over and over again. Yeah.
And you know what people are putting in it.
Well, listen, when I used to run comedy clubs, I heard horror stories about what comics did to shampoo and mayonnaise and all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
So bad enough. That's it. So why take my own stuff on the road? But I was trying to we were getting ready for a show, and they had a turquoise bottle.
Yeah.
Right. And it's, it's supposed to say shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. Right. Yeah. It was the same. They had printed it on the bottle, one shade different from the bottle. And I already got I've got the eyes of an elderly man, and I can't. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like,
did it have a comb in it?
I got.
Did it have a comb in it? Don't use that one.
And I was just like, why? Why would you market something that you couldn't fucking read?
Especially in the shower.
Exactly. I don't have my glasses on in the shower.
I just want you guys to know that this is an old people conversation.
No,
I don't have my glasses on in the shower.
Young people can't see either. A lot of people have to wear glasses.
Those crank magnifying lenses.
Or periscope. What is that? That's the shampoo.
It is. You are not wrong.
It is a
common theme, and yeah,
can I say this? It's cruel.
It is cruel.
It's cruel to anybody who can't see.
I will also say that as of 3 weeks ago, my eyesight just went. I was like, I see perfectly, and all of a sudden something happened. Mm-hmm. Is that how it happens? It just
age.
Overnight?
Yeah,
my doctor said, no, that's not normal. You should go see this guy.
Yours does this thing though, because sometimes in and out. Yours is like...
I don't need it at all, but then other times I feel like my eyes are tired. I can read this tiny print right now fine.
I think you just got tired. I think you were just tired. You're fine. You can read it now, Brian. You're fine.
Are you sure? Tired. Can you read that?
Because that happens sometimes. What am I reading?
Just whatever. The black print.
Was it too much of the purple drink?
Calories,
Something like that?
total fat. I can read it, but it's a little bit, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
There's a tiny bit of guessing
That's
going
a
on.
bat symbol. That's some hieroglyphs.
We went to we did Flappers on Friday. It was awesome. We had so much fun, and someone's best buddy showed up, surprised him with his manager to watch the show.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best versions of the show I've ever done. Carrie Monsters is just a badass. This weekend we're going to be in Tacoma, by the way.
Friday 1st and Saturday 1st both sold out.
Sold out already. But please go to Friday 2nd and Saturday 2nd. I think
Friday 2nd is close to selling out, and I was like, what?
I'm going to start playing with new stuff, I think. It started to happen. Here's what happens. I get a show down. This show's down. We're going to film it, I think, in January, February. And I get it. And then what happens is in the middle of the show, there'll be a subject matter I want to talk about, and I'll go off on a tangent. I've been going on this tangent about education that is going to end up in the next show. So come see the show, guys. Carrie Monsters. And can I be honest? Again, I've been saying it. I'm not bullshitting. See, the problem with having your wife as a comedian with you and working with you is that people go, they do the eye roll and they go, oh, it's your wife. This motherfucker is killing every night. Oh, yeah. And here's the thing. You're not killing because they like me. As a matter of fact, there's been a couple of nights where it took me 3 minutes for they were like, okay, you're funny too. Rachel. Yeah. It took me a couple minutes to get them like, and that means that she's getting so strong and the show is so good.
One of my pride moments on Friday, because he and I both respect Billy Gardell immensely as a comic, as a human being, and he's brutally honest too. And I got off stage and he made me go in the back to talk to me and told me, he said, you're a fucking beast. You're a beast.
She's been saying this all the time. She's so proud of this.
I've heard
proud
this. It's not true. You're a liar. You're a liar. I said it Friday night a couple of times too, because I was floating. I did not. Saturday we were somewhere else.
Never called me a beast.
But I was so proud because for me, it's like, he's seen me bad. He's seen me good.
You had to start. Everybody has to start.
Yeah. And, but we both, I think when Billy came, you want his respect because he's a good comic and a good person. And anyway,
his manager has represented, I could go down the list, but the best comics since 1985.
And
90s,
your manager
2000.
was there.
Yeah. And so it was one of these shows where you've been to a show like that where it could go either way.
Especially in LA.
The one thing about Billy is that had it gone badly and we just went off and did crazy shit, he'd have laughed just as hard.
But he would not have told us we were good.
No,
he would have been like, well, that was brutal.
Fucking honest. Great. That is insane. But it was just one of those nights where, and LA is such a weird place to do comedy because everybody's in the business. Everybody's knows somebody in the business. People watch they watch comedy like this in LA. That's funny.
That's funny. Oh, that's smart. I wish I had thought of that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yes, but we smoked it. It was great.
Yeah, it was really fun. And then, and your daughter, Kenny, came and Jen came. So we had fun. And then Saturday, the Go Campaign charity had a gala. So we went to that. Tony Horton invited us. And that was a lot of fun.
Tony and Shauna for that. That was fun.
So, like people don't look the same in person like that as they do on TV. I think you do.
No, I don't. I walk past mirrors sometimes and I go, oh.
No, but there's no mistaking you.
Yeah, true.
I went up to this very beautiful black woman who was in kind of a, are they called Kari shell? It was like an African headdress. And I just said, you look so beautiful, so stunning. Later, I went to look at the wire images to pull some photos of us off of it from the red carpet. And it was Lupita Nyong'o. Had no idea. She was very beautiful in person. And then Robert Pattinson, no idea. It's like, no, we didn't recognize anybody.
We're not like that, though. You and I don't give it like. I just read a study. People that are really into celebrities, they say it's a sign of lack of intelligence. If you follow if you're into celebrities and you track that,
right?
It was a study done by I think Stanford, and it was talking about how people that are just focused immensely on celebrity, whether it's the magazines, it's a sign of lower intelligence.
Like the MAGA zines.
The MAGA people. Wow, nice with the magazines. Good.
They're so good with little.
Another thing with the speaking of that, there was another thing that with the Jordan Klepper thing where this guy was bitching. The guy was dressed full on, and he had Donald Trump socks that had little hair on them, like and stuff. And he goes, he was he wrapped in a Trump flag, wearing Trump hat, Trump shirt, as I always say, flag shorts, because you don't want to desecrate the flag by putting your ass and nuts in it. And the guy's going, he goes, what do you think of that? He goes, man, inflation's out of control. You can't buy food, can't buy milk and eggs. And Klepper starts going, how many hats you got? He goes, I probably got 40 MAGA hats. He goes, what do those cost? He goes, I pay about $25 a piece. He goes, so all the swag goes, how much Trump stuff do you have? He goes, I probably got a couple $1,000, but eggs are expensive. And he bought
NFTs too.
It was very funny but here's the thing about stupid. Stupid doesn't know it's stupid. Mm-hmm. And stupid is so stupid doesn't even know you're making it look stupid.
Yeah.
It just continues to be stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm fed up with it. I'm fed up with it. If you guys can't get your shit together, you say you want the Constitution, you say you're patriots, you say you care about America, and yet you keep voting for this asshole who tried to destroy it. Who is still destroying it with his minions. And in a country built on immigration, a country of immigrants, you say that he said that immigrants are poisoning the blood, which is literally a World War II Nazi slogan.
Yes.
And you guys continue to vote for this raging piece of shit who's currently got 91 felonies charged with. And one of the groups of them are for stealing top secret documents. On top of that, his son got $2 billion from a foreign adversary. What are you guys doing?
Why isn't he there now? He should go. He should go to the Gaza Strip and have some meetings.
Fix it. Yeah, Jared.
Fix it now.
Jared. Yeah, just go fix it. Jared's like, I'm counting. 1,900,000.
It is being reported that Fulton County DA Fani Willis has discussed potential plea deals with at least 6 additional co-defendants. So we had 19. She's now got
4 or 5.
4.
One of the guys that was a fake elector flipped.
1, 2, 3, 4. 4 guilty pleas.
But one of the guys who was a fake elector in Georgia flipped too.
When?
2 weeks ago.
No, that was the bail bondsman guy that helped them access the voting machines.
Are you sure? Okay. No. Was he one of the guys of the 19 or 18?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's 5 then.
It's hard to keep track.
But 4 of the head guys.
Who's
4 of the
fifth?
head guys. That guy that you just said, the bail bondsman guy. He was part of the...
Wait, Jenna Ellis, Lady Dr. Pepper, Chesbro, and then that guy.
And then Meadows.
Meadows has not accepted a plea deal from Fani Willis.
So he's...
What's being reported by ABC is that he has accepted immunity from Jack Smith. There's nothing in Fulton County yet. His attorney denies it. But apparently the reporting through ABC is that he has talked to Jack Smith 3 different occasions and has said that that Trump acknowledged that he lost, and he told Trump that he had lost, and that there was no real evidence of widespread voter fraud.
So Bill Barr, everybody told him.
I know it doesn't seem to help.
The dudes that he held up as the best of the best, Rex Tillerson called him a fucking moron. Mm-hmm. Can we go back to the dipshits that just basically that were just going, this guy's an idiot and an asshole. Millie said it was one of the biggest mistakes of his life.
John Kelly
was
all of these people that MAGA people used to really respect 4-star generals, and they're never Trumper.
And that guy with Jordan Klepper. How can you say that Trump supports the military when he called them suckers and losers?
Yeah.
Like what
about the shit he said about the guy, the disabled veteran?
The disabled guy, don't have him. It doesn't look good for us.
Nobody wants to see that.
Nobody wants to see that guy.
So Jenna Ellis was the 4th that pled guilty. So everybody at first was like, how could Fani Willis have 19 people tried at once? Well, now she's down to 15 and discussing with 6 more. But if you watch, so the first one was Lady Dr. Pepper. Yep. And she got
Lady Kraken.
Lady Kraken. She got a misdemeanor. No jail time. The next person was
community
Chesbro.
Service, right?
Yeah.
It's like
Chesbro had to plead guilty to 1 felony.
For treason, she got
Andrew Weissman was saying, watch how the charges get more severe each time. It's all designed to make people go, oh crap, I should just do it now while I can. So then Jenna Ellis got one felony. And Jenna Ellis didn't have to speak, but she did get up and spoke and cried through it and blamed.
Let's show a little clip from that right now.
Thank you, Your Honor, for the opportunity to address the court. I failed to do my due diligence. I believe in and I value election integrity. If I knew then what I know now, I would have declined to represent Donald Trump in these post-election challenges.
I love that when
she blamed the other attorneys and then said if she knew then what she knows now, she would never represent Donald Trump. So they're all throwing him under the bus and each other.
And he's claiming he doesn't know anybody.
He said Sidney
I don't even know any of these people. I don't
was
even
never his attorney. Even though we've got tweets where he's like, what did he call it? Strike Force team or something?
He was going to make her special counsel to overturn the election.
Seize the voting machines.
To seize voting machines. And again, people keep saying we've picked a side. I haven't. My side is on right or wrong. Whenever we do on this show, that's why we went after Menendez so hard. Guys, you have to understand, this country has gotten divided, and it took one dude to do it. I mean, I guess it was building towards it. But we are not a political podcast for one side. I would say we lead. And you know what else pissed me off? I got this hit me yesterday. We're sending $1 billion to Israel. They want to send more to Ukraine. And I'm fine with that. I understand that, keep Putin down and everything. But isn't Israel pretty successful? Okay. So I love how we can send $300 billion around the world. But we can't seem to get fucking healthcare in America.
Oh my God! Yeah,
we got $800 billion for weapons, killing people, because that's the industrial machine that we need to keep going. Even though we have an army that's our military capability is bigger than the next 5 countries combined. Yeah, and yet we can't seem to get healthcare together again because it comes down to money.
Yes, 100%. Gaza is a teeny tiny.
Someone had a good point. Yeah,
and Israel needs our help to defeat this little teeny tiny, city.
So here's what I think. Someone was pointing out today that said this guy. He said this has to happen. He goes, we have to get rid of Hamas. He goes, here's the weird part of it. We get the history of it, we get everything, but Gaza is not some weird desert nightmare. It's a coastal city. It's fertile land. Mm-hmm. He goes, why? He goes, what I don't understand is why Israel doesn't come in and go, guys, we're going to let you a 2-state solution. You're going to be like the gem of this area. You're good, and we're going to, because I keep talking about this. Why are we still talking about shit? And I get it. The Israelis, man, have been fucked with for thousands of years. I get it. That has to stop. Just has to stop. Why don't we all start living in 2023? We're doing the same shit we've done for thousands of years. Why? Is it just... No wonder, again, as I said in Zero Side Effects, do you see why the aliens don't land?
It is amazing how human beings have a tendency to self-destruct. How many years is it? Every so often we just
fuck it up again.
Yeah. And it's so strange that all of our tendencies, what we lean towards, is really not healthy.
We don't go to our better sides. No, we choose our worst.
We talked about that last week, how, we lean towards tribalism, towards identifying ourselves in a group and not liking the others in all different aspects of our lives, It's really kind of tragic.
It's called lack of evolution. We are not evolving at all.
We're still young.
I am. I'm just saying, guys, I get it. There's been a lot of death. There's a lot of eye for an eye makes everybody blind. Can we start living like that? Mm-hmm. Because if that happens, then maybe we can start over. But then you've got chaos agents like we have, like the hateful eight, the crazy eight in our Congress, Matt Gaetz and those, that just the nihilists. They want it to fucking burn.
They're not limited government. They're like no government.
Yeah, that's why
the limited government thing's gone.
That's why they were fined. You didn't hear any of those 8 people, and when they couldn't get a speaker say shit. They didn't say.
Well, what did he say today when he got elected? The new speaker. He said, Johnson. He said, I have made an agreement with members of my party. I'm paraphrasing, to commit this body towards decentralizing power. Yeah. And I thought, what?
Yeah.
Do you mean like dismantle?
It's very frightening, actually. I thought.
Do you think you meant power amongst the Republicans, or you
well,
meant
you're
power
talking
overall?
about no government, right? And those 8 people, and it seems to be those 8 people that everyone has to make an agreement with in order to get elected. Kevin McCarthy did that, and it bit him in the ass quickly.
So this is a good example and a good lesson to voters. Listen, guys, if you want a government that works, the problem we have is when you only give them a 5-person majority, it gives those 5 people all the power in the world. And so we have 8 people that literally can clusterfuck the entire House of Representatives. Yeah. When you do that, what ends up happening is nothing gets done. Now, I'm not saying Congress is the best getting its shit done, but before this happened, we got infrastructure passed, the CHIPS Act passed. We had a movement on the COVID vaccine. We got school loans stuff handled, and it got all done. And then these guys came in, and the government came to a screeching fucking halt again. Yeah. If you look at the history of it, and again, this is not a political podcast. This is a factual podcast. If you look at the history of it, it goes all the way back to Eisenhower. The Republicans have thrown a wrench in the gears every fucking time. And I'm not saying that the Democrats don't overspend and at times, but I will say this: they at least are trying to get shit done. I would say this: our mayor currently in LA is not getting shit done. Mayor Bass. Not getting anything done. Nothing.
I haven't heard anything. Last we heard was she got a massive grant from the government. Yep. And I've seen nothing change. 14,000
homeless are housed. I looked it up. But here in North Hollywood, we should do something on local politics because it's all local. We have a burned out crack house across the street from the studio. Yep. We've had on this street, we've had 2 murders and a kidnapping. And I called our representative, and they gave me this bureaucratic bullshit. And I said that, I go, stop giving me the bureaucratic bullshit. When are you going to do something about this? There's kids walking around this neighborhood. I go, there's piles of burned out house that you guys have, the ashes. They clean that up. Suppose they're supposed to build a thing around the house. They're supposed to rouse that house. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, they've done shit.
Garbage is continuing to pile up, though. Yes. And you're seeing some people like squatters or drugs. This is like some kind
squatting
of
in the
crime
house.
is happening.
Oh, there's people in the house.
Yes, there always are. Can you imagine what it looks like inside?
There's no roof. It's plastic on the roof.
It burned. Yes. So the fumes and everything in there. You guys can help us if you're in the Southern California area by going on November 7th to the El Portal Theater. It's right around the corner from us. 9th. Sorry, the 7th. I have, surgery. Right. The 9th. November 9th. Don't go on the 7th. At the El Portal, come to my surgery. El Portal Theater, North Hollywood. It's where we both filmed our last specials. And Mr. Titus, myself, Billy Gardell is going to perform. We just met someone that was on AGT who may be performing. Awesome human being. And we're going to do like a mingle cocktail hour from 7 to 8 with free food and booze, and then show at 8 o'clock. And all that money goes directly to this specific, not to a national,
specific Salvation Army to help local.
Salvation Army territory, which is massive. It's Studio City and North Hollywood and Glendale and Burbank and Sun Valley and directly to wraparound services for the homeless, food, mobile showers, things, lockers, things that give these people some personal dignity. And so November 9th, you can get tickets on elportaltheater.com or christophertitus.com/tour. And and the tickets are tax deductible.
So guys, the tickets are 100% tax deductible. Let's get in the holiday spirit and let's start helping. Listen, our mayor, Mayor Bass, our last mayor too, both Democratic mayors did absolutely nothing. They both ruined the airport. So what happens is at one point we have to get involved. So let's do me a favor. Let's get involved in the kettle kickoff. Let's help the homeless problem.
It's the Red Kettle kickoff season. Yes. So it's going to be decorated for Christmas. Yep. So it's going to be a fun night. Anyway.
Kick off Christmas by doing the right thing.
That's right.
Yeah.
Can we get their military wing to clean up the neighbors? The Salvation Army.
I'm gonna call the councilman again. I'm gonna call the councilman.
Wrap around those people
because they're literally there's like 8 people living in the house right now.
I can't. Yeah. I mean,
when I pull out of here, there's like
My
like, they're
favorite
looking at
was
me.
the inflatable pool that was right outside because it's
That
almost
was
like
awesome.
being in Tahiti. Then the
was
inflatable pool went
awesome.
flat and it stayed there.
It just stayed on the lawn.
With some water
it made a
in
big
it.
brown circle. It just so where the lawn died under it. Yeah.
Gotta love it.
Yeah.
So I really need a fun fact. I'm just dying for it. You can come and see us
Tacoma.
this weekend. Tacoma. A couple of the shows still have tickets. That club always a blast.
Fun.
It's gonna be rowdy and fun. The very next Thursday, November 2nd, I'm headlining Mic Drop San Diego. Please come out and keep me company. And then the Friday and Saturday, 3rd and 4th, Titus is headlining, and I'll be featuring for him. And yeah.
Come see the whole show. Beauty for Ashes, her show, her whole headline set. So many comics will do just a bunch of bits that go together, that string together. Doesn't have a through line, doesn't make sense. It's just funny. Hers makes sense, funny, comes to a payoff. It's an amazing show. She was taught by one of the best.
Billy Gardell, really. He showed
helped
me.
a lot. He really helped. And I knew the second I did it, boom. And now it's time for Highlanders Fun Facts. Highlanders Fun Facts. It's Highlanders Fun Facts.
Yeah.
Yay! That was the best.
You
Right
guys
on time.
that was good.
We nailed it.
The world is in trouble. We're all in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay?
shit.
Republicans in trouble.
Speaking
Hot
of
water. No, I skipped that part because I get
shit.
yeah. Hot water will turn into ice faster than cold water.
Really?
Yes.
What is it? Momentum? Like,
Hey.
Shh, keep going. It just goes to freezing. How is that possible?
Wouldn't that fix climate change?
Is there some sort of science behind that?
No,
Or do you just
there's
read a fudge
an
fact and
ellipse.
dropped it? He just was like, didn't do any research on the fact. Is that
Hot
true?
water
link is too long.
evaporates faster than cold, decreasing its volume and thus the time it takes to freeze.
Yeah, but
Cold water
wait.
could also contain more dissolved gases, which lower its freezing point.
wait, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make any sense because doesn't the heat have to transfer? So if the hot water's hot, even though it's evaporating faster, the cold has to eat up the heat first. Has to use all the energy, so it would take longer. It doesn't make any sense. This makes no sense. This is not a fun fact. This is a
Hot
confusing
This
fact.
is why climate change is a hoax.
This is a confusing fact,
also has less trapped oxygen in it.
right?
I don't know. I'm just telling you what all of these scientific things say. You asked.
I'm just telling you what these scientific things
A
say.
super
That's what I'm telling
smart
you. That's all I
scientific.
know.
You know.
Listen, there's a lot of scientific stuff none of us
Ayo.
understand. That's why we need to hire a scientist. Jacqueline, Dave, we need to hire a scientist, Dad.
Yeah.
Guys, come see us in Tacoma, then come see us in San Diego, and then we're going to and then the week after that we're going to the drag races. Woohoo!
Ring in the Christmas season on the 9th.
On the
at
9th,
El
guys,
Portal
9th,
Theater.
Kettle Kickoff, El Portal Theater, North Hollywood, California. Let's have a night of comedy. Enjoy it. Get those tickets, ChristopherTitus.com or
I'm
elportaltheater.com.
more fascinated to see you and Billy Gardell perform back to back. That's a monstrous show.
I just can't wait to see Billy, man. We get to hang out with friends. I love it. Thanks, guys, for watching. Thanks for listening. Go to Christopher Titus TV to get all of our content on YouTube. Go to ChristopherTitus.com to get anything else. For myself, the lovely Bombshell Ray and the Highlander. Later!
Peace out.
There can be only one.
Also, go subscribe and Knock 'em Dead podcast on YouTube and watch. We have 4 out now, so go check it out
When's the next one?
soon.
Yeah, that by that cover. That's the word. That's your tell.